Alright guys, welcome to today's video. Have you ever experienced some challenges or difficulties with a new relationship? Maybe a few weeks after it had began, or maybe even a couple months, and then it ended unexpectedly, maybe a month or two afterwards, and you really didn't know quite the reason? Well, you could have been experiencing a rebound relationship. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss what a rebound relationship is, 3 signs that you may be in a rebound relationship, and 3 things to consider once you have established that you may be in a rebound. So let's get started. All right, guys, so what is a rebound relationship? Well, a rebound relationship is a relationship that begins shortly after a previous relationship has ended. Now, that could be a couple days, it could be a couple weeks, or whatever the case may be, but it all varies depending on the individual. But generally, it's something that will begin before the feelings of a previous relationship have been resolved. So maybe they just looking for, maybe some companionship, maybe just don't want to be alone, whatever the case may be. But it's usually something that just happens pretty quickly after a relationship has ended. So now this is not always the case, but most of the time, whenever something like that happens and somebody does get into a relationship pretty quickly, it's usually, for the sake of a rebound. Now, rebound generally involves the ex, which I'll get into a little bit more as I get into the signs, but that's what a rebound relationship generally is. Now, the number one sign that we have seen over the years, and this has been probably 10, 15, 20, 30 years of different studies and different different people's experiences. Everybody agrees that the number one is mixed signals. Now, that's generally, some people are hot, some people are cold. So that's like 1 minute they are into you, and then the next minute they're not. Some of the actions that they might do when that's happening is they may call you or text you when they may be feeling sad or alone. But when they're happy, you may not ever hear from them. They may not ever contact you or anything until some things in their life, maybe with the ex or whatever, are not going so well. So that's just something to keep in mind. And generally, that's more of an off and on thing. So it's not like it happens every 3 days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever. It just, sparingly, you might just hear from them, just without, oh wow, they're calling. I haven't heard from them in a while. But so there's not really a certain time frame. Once again, it depends on the ex, the relationship previously, and what are they trying to get out of the possible rebound that they're looking in and looking to get into, should I say. Now, the second one is they generally, when you have a rebound relationship, you'll have the person who is getting into the rebound or using somebody as a rebound will generally be overly excited about posting pictures of you two on social media. Now, this is the biggest part of this particular sign is why their ex is still on their friends list, because it wouldn't do them any good if the ex wasn't on their friends list, because the ex would not be seeing it, so to speak. Now, having friends of an ex and all that, that's a different situation because it varies once again. But in this particular situation, these are generally the most common signs that I'm going over. All right, so the third one is they're actually in contact with their ex. Now, this is outside of maybe they have to pick up their belongings, maybe they left some stuff at their house, or they live together, maybe there's kids involved, maybe whatever the case may be, they're having contact outside of this for whatever reason. Maybe they're just calling randomly, or maybe they're just trying to be sneaky about it. Maybe they're getting texts, all the time from their ex, and like, oh, it's just the ex, he's whatever. Generally, you'll find that they'll keep getting in contact with the ex so they can kind of keep tabs on what's going on with them and all that stuff. So those are the 3 most common signs. Now, that's not the only signs, but what we found is those are the 3, right? All right, so now once you have established that it is a rebound relationship, what are you going to do next, right? That's pretty much, one of the big questions is like, okay, I found, that out. So, what do I do now? Well, one thing to keep in mind is that 90% of these relationships end. So it's not like they're going to last forever or anything else. So if you are on the other end of a rebound and you have some of these signs to match that, just keep in mind, don't be expecting, the relationship to last, right? So, now once again, that's not always the case, but in most cases, if you are a rebound, that's what happens. Because all they're trying to do is just buy some time before they get back with the ex and, all that stuff, right? So generally the person who is going to be broken up with, which would, pretty much be the person that is on the other side of the rebound, they're going to be left heartbroken and in pain and, all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind, that 90%, and these are over studies, over the course of research and all that, 90% of the relationships never end. Now, the second thing to consider is, once again, if the relationship, if it's a rebound, may not ever advance and it's not more serious. And also, you could possibly become a multiple rebound. Now, what that means is that maybe they're keeping their ex involved in a rebound. Maybe they're with you for a little while, and then they get bored with you, and then so they go find somebody else while they're waiting on the ex. Maybe the ex, whatever the case may be, is taking long, whatever it is, whatever the goal is. But you could be multiple rebound, right? So just keep that in mind when you're trying to make a decision on what to do. Because I know, when you're rebound, you think, oh, well, eventually they'll get over their ex. But once again, 90% don't last. All right. Now, one of the things that I think is probably the most important to, which is number 3 consideration, is that it may cause a decrease in confidence or an increase in your insecurity, right? So even though you may not be doing anything wrong in the rebound relationship, the intentions of that person actually wanting you long term may never be there. So think about what that can do for your confidence and your insecurities, right? Maybe you're doing everything possible to make sure that the relationship lasts, whatever it may be, and then it ends, and then it leaves yourself wondering, what did I do wrong, right? Maybe it's giving you insecurity, but maybe it's something with you, maybe, you look funny, maybe you weren't tall enough, short enough, the right size, whatever the case may be, it could leave you with insecurities that actually are not really there. So that's something really important to keep in mind. And I think, with the number 1, as I said, has mixed signals, which to me is the most important sign. The decrease in confidence or increase in securities is the most important consideration, to keep in mind. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or would like to add on to that, just leave a comment down below. You can also reach me on my social media pages as well if you have any other comments or whatever the case may be. And don't forget to subscribe and click your notifications on, because I release 2 videos per week. And I actually cover areas, as related to relationships, but I also cover some career coaching, and then I also cover fitness and health as well. So, and here coming up, I'm going to be doing my own journey, as far as with health and relationships and all that. So I'll be covering that, giving you my experiences that I've had to overcome and had to deal with. So don't forget to subscribe, and until the next video, we'll talk soon.